Welcome back to All the Crackers in the Box. Hi, it's me, your friend Corey, here to show you the pieces I have done for my newest project that I haven't yet to sew up together. So let's hang out and do some crochet. Friends, how's everybody doing today? Hopefully you're going to have a really nice Saturday. I'm going to do a couple just straight up rounds. I don't have to count, just go through them, which is great. But I have definitely been hitting up the amigurumi trail quite extensively. So this particular piece, which I'm not going to mention in the title, is Gary the Snail from SpongeBob SquarePants cartoon, hence the beautiful bright colors. And I've been struggling with this pattern in particular. It has a couple mistakes where I've had to do some math. On the main body part on the second row, it says to do 2 single crochets. At the very beginning, they should actually be 2 increases to get the number that you're supposed to have to make the rest of it work. So that took me a little while to figure out because it says 2 single crochets. It's actually 2 increases. So, I mean, that's what happens sometimes. I'm not angry about it. I'm glad I figured it out. I'm glad the pattern's starting to work. I don't think it has the details in the pattern. There should be a swirl, darker pink swirl that goes around. This is the shell. And a couple purple pieces. So I'm going to have to take a look at those. I may have to freehand those just to get what I want. So this one's going to take a little more work. That's why I'm glad I started it when I did. And that's okay. I did put a link in my last video talking about this one. So if you want to try it, just be forewarned on the body. On row 2, it's 2 increases to start the row, not 2 single crochets. Other than that, it's been pretty straightforward. And I just have to start sewing it up. Here we are. So I'm going to get this, all the piecework done for this and sew it up when I feel like it. Because sometimes I want to play with yarn and my hands just don't want to do crochet. But I'm feeling crochet right now, so yay, crochet time. Well, this one was started off as an oval again. So I get this bubbly mess, so I'm going to have to sew. So, do you see that? Yeah, that right there is going to bother me because I have a feeling this is the top of the shell. So I'm going to have to take this tail and sew it through gently. I definitely prefer starting it in the round. That's for sure. So I've used all sorts of different yarns. All was close to the same gauge. Weight, size, whatever you want to call it. As much as possible. In hopes that everything will kind of tie together. we are, end of row 2, I believe, out of 7. I mean, that is one of the big things about free patterns. Like, they're nice, and they sometimes will have little mistakes, and that is a-okay. Someone put it out there for free. Just kind of go with it. I will have to freehand the eyes, which are a black pupil and red irises, to go in the green balls that just keep rolling off my lap today, so I'm not pulling them out again. But yeah, making a snail. Definitely getting this one done sooner rather than later, which is great. It's so relaxing. I seriously find crochet to be just so calming. Most crafts I find calming, I guess. Going around and around, building a shell. He's gonna look really good when he's done, though. I do like the colors. They're very bright and vibrant. I'm keeping them as close to realistic as possible, while my son's sitting beside me reading me passages from a philosophy book that he's decided he wants to read. So that's been interesting. I'm trying to discuss all the ideas brought forward and make it clear to be understood for both of us, because I never took philosophy in school. Really enjoyed psychology. That was a great class. Loved that one. And I did a bit of sociology later on, and that was really enjoyable as well. And just love the social studies. They're very interesting. History. Gosh, I love history. One of my favorite people in the world is got a history. It's one of her main things throughout school. And she teaches me stuff every time I talk to her, and it's just awesome. And we go into that row. So that's row 3 of looking fantastic. I will still have another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows after I'm done this to finish shaping it. But I thought I would hang out and chat while I just get through some straight up rounds that do not have to have a lot of counting and stuff. I mean, I can't imagine that would be exciting watching me count. I mean, I always say I can't count because I can't. Go. think this is going to turn out pretty darn cute. I gotta take a look at some of the colors I have for a couple of projects I have coming up. I think I'm gonna have to get a couple things like pink, a little bit brighter than this for Patrick. And I think I'm gonna need like a sunshiny type yellow for SpongeBob and possibly, oh no, I have beigey browns. If it's reddish browns I don't have. I was just trying to find a color for the next bear, for my bear set. And I think I'm gonna have to go with sort of a beigey color, and I'm not really excited about that prospect because he's supposed to be sort of a browny brown, but not darky brown. It's hard to explain. It's got a little more of a red to him than the colors I happen to have right now. I have more ashy browns right now. And I'm looking around at all my yarns, trying to figure out what I want to do to make my youngest her shirt, because she's going to want probably reds. I've narrowed it down to 2 different ones that I kind of like. Just don't know if I have enough. Kind of like the pinky one that my boy just got me. Cake form, but I don't know if that's going to be something she wants to wear. Pink's okay. It's not great. Another row about to be done. And come back around for a couple more. Four. And this will be row 5. And we'll just put our stitch marker there so I don't forget where the beginning is. Oh yeah. I might just make it this amount of yarn. I hope so. I should be able to do it. I'm a little nervous when my balls get small. Making my way around and around. goodness. Sorry, I got mesmerized by my hook and my yarn there. Yesterday was not a great day for me. My cough came back really, really bad. I've had 2 days of horrible coughing. Today hasn't been so bad. It's been a little lighter, less chest pain. It's only on the one side. And I just feel like it's a little solid, so I'm trying my best to take care of that because this cold does not seem to want to ever go away. Which is not fun. Coming around and around. There we go. Stitches look all nice and uniform, which I absolutely love. So I'm keeping my tension really nice. And 2. Here we are. I was watching a really interesting Cinnamon Stitches one about neon colors from Michaels. Now, I've got almost the same colors as her. There was a couple that I got that she didn't get, and vice versa. I really want to get the orange still, and probably another yellow. But the green's pretty darn cool. So, where I'm at, you can only order them online now, which is what it is. What I really sad to hear was no electric blue, because I've been holding off on making this sweater because I wanted splotches of blue. So I'm going to have to find a intense turquoise. It's the best I'm going to come up with. That I know is available out there, so I'll have to get turquoise. Not that I mind, because I really like that beautiful shade of turquoise I'm in. Turquoise is a beautiful, beautiful color. If you know anything about me, you'll know right away that I am very drawn to blues. Light blue to dark blue and everything in between. I just really find that color to be very relaxing and very soothing to me. I've always enjoyed blue. Which I remember being a little girl and people being super weird about me liking blue. So it just kind of became sort of a defensive thing where I felt I was very defensive about when people would ask me my favorite color, because I'd tell them which one I liked. They'd start bugging me about how come you don't like pink. Most girls like pink, and it made me really dislike pink for a very long time. Now I'm an adult and I'll wear pink and I have pink items in my house, but at the same time I sometimes will get a little bit defensive about all the pink, which is hilarious because my middle daughter is a pink connoisseur. She enjoys it very, very much. Here we go. Doing amazing. So I should be able to put this guy together in a few days. Like I said, I have to make eyes and I have to figure out how I want to do those and the details. I'm going to have to do that because I believe there's like a circular swirl around here, so I may have to do some extra stitching before I even put it together or stuff it. But I will definitely take some better looks at some of the pictures of the completed ones from the pattern testers. It looks like there's 5 or 6, maybe 8 versions of it made, and they're all very similar, and they all have these details. I'm like, they're not in the pattern, so what are you gonna do, right? Wing it. That's it. You'll just wing it. As long as I got the hardest parts done and figured out, that's what I'm concerned about, because doing the shell, I don't think I'm ready to create my own, but I think I can handle doing like a swirly piece. Then go like that. I can handle that. I can handle a couple little purple flecks to put on it, right? But the main shapes, like the body, oh my gosh, I don't think I could handle that. So I was glad that there was only one small mistake and it was easily figured out by counting. And I won't complain about that. Uh-oh. Alright. It's 3. 1, 2, 3. Smooth like butter. But yeah, I was super sad to hear that there's no such color as electric blue in the yarning world. I got it in paint. It was gorgeous. It's like a mixture of a darker blue mixed in with a bit of turquoise and low lights coming from behind, I guess is the best way I can put it. It's a very unique blue. And I've always really liked it. I would totally do an electric blue pullover sweater for myself, like an oversized one. Oh, that'd be jamming. Definitely make that work. All right. I will say, whatever yarn this is, it's not the softest yarn. It definitely is. I'm feeling it going across my fingers and stuff. Which is a great reason to just use it up and make it all go away. Here we go. We go loop-de-loo. And come back around again. To the end of my straight through run of rounds, which is fantastic. So that leaves me 5 more rows to do, and then I'm going to have to do some little bit of designing. So this one's going to take me a little bit longer than it should, but I think the outcome is going to be worth it. Sewing it together is going to be a little tricky. I already tried starting and it was just a little bit more than I wanted to deal with. So that'll be fun. This one may not be done on camera because I think I'm going to end up using some very bad words, and I'm sure you don't want to hear that. But if you do, well, it's up to you. But I think I don't want to put bad words on the internet like that. But maybe not. Alrighty. And that is the end of that row. So I am going to set this one aside and we are going to do something else for the next bit of this video. See you in a moment. Okay, I am having a massive dilemma here. I need this brown here. This sort of lighty, beigey, the middle one. I need a brown like that. Too red. I get that. It's just a hope and a prayer here. I have quite a few browns, but I don't seem to have a right brown. So if you go with this one, or this one, I'm really torn. Because, I mean, this is a beautiful, beautiful brown, and it's not ashy. Whether this is sort of a beige, which I was hoping to use for a different project, but I may have to use it. I'm honestly leaning towards this one. I'm just going to take one more look because I'm looking at it here on camera, which is helpful. I find it very helpful when I'm picking colors. Just look at it through the camera so I get a different view of it, and I will look on my computer after. I think that's the closest I have in my stash because I think I don't know, this might actually be closer. Let's see here. Turn this up just a little. If that helps anything. Yeah, see, this is beigey beige. And this brown. It's quite a bit darker. I may have to refer to a picture or two from the actual cartoon. I am leaning towards this one, though. Okay, anyways. We are on to the next bit. Let's start building a bear. He's got his little face right here. This is his muzzle. I'm going to put a nose here and a little sideways grin and a couple eyes right there. Probably put his head up here. Put his arms just right about here. Alright, so let's get that started. I handle that. Oh goodness, everything's attached to this today. And a pair of scissors. I'm going to take this green out and, oh dear, my other ones have taken a hike. Hold on a moment here while I look for something. Okay, this had fallen out. I found it, but the other one I can't seem to figure out where I put. It's somewhere in there. And I found that, and I have these ones, so this will work out. Okay, I may not need the white, so we're going to move this white over. Because everybody has good sized tails. I am going to start with pulling that hair out. Always nice. I'm going to start with ears, I think. Cute little arms. I am going to put a little stuffing in them so they sit nicely, but you don't want to go all the way stuffed or they end up like this. We put a little stuffing in there. They have a bit of life to them, but they aren't going to be too much. Now, okay, got a couple flat or big ones I can use right there. And here we go. Alright, so I think Take a look at the picture as my reference point here. I'm going to stick it probably, fascinating. I'm going to want to probably put that right about here. I think is where I might want to do that. That'll round out the head, the appearance of the head anyway. Go right across, right there. So let's see here, across the middle, alright. Alright, that's looking kind of cute. Not sure. I'm going to zoom in on the ears just to see how, that's as far as I can go, okay. Okay, I think I got it. So then, I take out my little darning needle. I'm just going to tuck my ends in. This end is not going to be used for too much securing, but it is going to give me a very good starting point of which way to keep it going. Alright, which one was the longer one? That's the longer one, so the short one. And let's get that in through the eye. Right about here. So I'd like them to have as much of the same tilt as possible. Come on through, gently pull. And we're just going to bring you out this end. Okay. Okay, now we're going to use this nice long piece because I left myself way too much. Which is fine, I'll just go in my scrap pile. No, we're just going to go through one little spot here. Okay, and gently pull that into where I want it. Make sure I've got it shaped right. Okay. Go across. Just trying to keep it as even as possible because, of course, the way I am, I get really uppity. Uptight. Not uppity. Uptight. When things are not even or like close enough. I could take it close enough, don't mind that. But if, say, that ear was back here and this one was pulled to the front, I would be really bothered with it every time I looked at it. Nika once had a bedroom, or not a bedroom, it was a room. One little panel of the very patterned and busy wallpaper wasn't matching up. It drove me crazy. I had a bathroom with one tile like that too once. Oh, that was awful. I'm going to obsess over it every time I use the bathroom. Because, of course, this was before phones and stuff, and wasn't allowed to bring a book into the bathroom for a while. Dropped one in the tub one time. It was fine. It was only a little wavy after, but I mean, it wasn't a big deal. The person who I borrowed it from had dropped it in her tub worse, so that wasn't such a big deal, but I got in trouble for it, which is fine. Now I take my very expensive phone in the bath. Haha. I don't really. I will sometimes prop it up so I can watch a movie or a nice little video here and there while I have a quick bath, or mostly actually I like to turn on my Bluetooth speaker and put on some music. Just listen to some music. Because I mean, there's some music that I can't really listen to in front of the kids unless I have headphones on, so occasionally I'll take advantage of them not being in the room. Try not to listen to it too loud, but sometimes I can't help myself because, well, I've always been very into my music. Okay, so, yeah, I like that. My youngest daughter has discovered that Winnie the Pooh is pretty darn fabulous. My oldest boy loved the original movie when he was a little guy. His calming song when he was super upset was the tune for I'm Just a Little Black Rain Cloud. So all my kids have had songs they like me to hum to them when they're feeling upset and wanting to have comfort, and that was his jam. My middle daughter has always been about the song No Limit by 2 Unlimited, and it is definitely her first song she started singing. It's no, 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 no. Very, very high energy song. Okay. Yeah, I like that. I'm just going to reinforce it a little bit. So we went through a couple other spots where I felt that the holes were not small enough, like the middle of the head. I thought it was a little better than that, and I was looking at it through the viewfinder here, and I was not liking how open that looked. Because yes, I'm making this for my oldest child, but the little ones love to take his stuff. So, I'm going to have to fix this later, I'll be honest. I do not want to. Now, we're going to go back here. And try to keep this as neat as possible with minimal amount of I've seen too many of the stitches being too noticeable. Oh, there goes that, right? And we're going to go back through here. Come out here. Stop pulling this way. Oh, you're driving me crazy. Cute. Alright. A few more passes and we can cut that string off. Now, the part about this part I always struggle with is not pulling it too tight once you start doing this, because you can really mess up the shape. Alright, and we're going to do one more and then we're going to do a snippy, if I can find the scissors. I don't think I'm feeling like embroidering the face today. I'm just not feeling that kind of artistic. But I wanted to get a jump on putting him together. Scissors. Oh dear, scissors, where are you? Ah, found them. Okay. Get one more, and you were going to pull this way. And I'm going to remove these ends as well while I got the scissors out. So if you're finding that you're getting it split, try twirling it. Rub your fingers together, give it a little twirl, and it might get the strands to stick together enough just to pull it through. Now, I got taught by my grandmother, who was pretty old school, and she would lick the threads and whatnot. I still do sometimes, but it's kind of embarrassing that that's in me. My kids always question me about it, and I'm like, oh, because I didn't even realize I did it. When I'm cross-stitching, they're like, why are you putting that in your mouth? I'm like, good question. Well, children, see, a long time ago. Now, we are going to go here. I think we're going to pop this out so we get a better view of how it's naturally going to sit. So across here is good, across here is good. I'll pull a little closer to the actual ear. I have the worst tendency of just, oh, that was close enough. And then later looking at it and going, oh, that's so lazy. So I'm going to try to be a little extra careful to get better with sewing them together. There we go. And here we are going down the bottom. Let's see. Doing this piece by feel. Yeah. Definitely need one right here. Got it a little extra. And come out behind. Now where does it feel the loosest? Right in here. So we're going to tuck right in here. So what I'm doing is I'm trying to feel where the connections are the weakest. Where are my weakest links? And that's going to come right through here. And we're going to have to come up a little higher up here. So it's not as visible. Okay, I think that's it for this bit. Let's double check. Give it good shaping. Let's see. Not bad, not bad. I like it. Okay, satisfied. And that doesn't happen very often when I'm sewing things. Usually I'm a little dissatisfied with my work. So that is great. So that's part of the reason why I want to get these started so early, so I can take my time on the parts that are really tricky for me, which is this. I really struggle with just putting them together. I can make them, no problem. The stitching is just fine. It's actually sewing, that's where I struggle. Okay, and that should be enough of that one. Okay, so I'm going to grab my bag of stuffing, so hold on. I don't think you want to see me reach across. Alright, I'm back. So, got him. I'm going to need these two. Like I said, I'm going to stuff them with a tiny bit. I don't want to stuff them too much. Because it just makes them not want to sit against the body properly. Give them a little bit in here. And yes, when I'm making amigurumis, I have learned to use the Ziploc bag here because I have a big box way up on my top shelf, and I don't want to always go for it and grab it when I'm doing this. You know what? That's good. And then if I need to put it in my bag when I'm going somewhere in case I get almost at a point of stuffing something, I can take a Ziploc bag with me rather than, it's just a big one of the medium or so freezer bags, so I can't close it. Okay, beautiful. That's all I needed that for now. So I'm just going to put this back over beside my bed. And now we're going to place our little arms and that's I always like to put these on the inside. And down in here. So that's what we're going to end up with for our ice bear. Thanks for joining me here today at All the Crackers in the Box. I hope to see you again real soon.